Welcome to Business Innovators Radio, featuring industry influencers and trendsetters sharing proven strategies to help you build a better life right now.
Hello and welcome to this episode of our show. This is your host, Keith Doherty. Today our special guest is top real estate broker Tracy Tran of Coldwell Banker Residential Brokerage based out of Glen, Ellyn, Illinois. Tracy graduated from Northern Illinois University in 1999 with a degree in information systems. She started her career at Siemens and quickly moved up the corporate ladder to senior engineering. Having a passion for business, she opened a salon while still working at Siemens and taking care of 3 children. Her passion for real estate won her over, and she sold her salon and got her real estate license and started selling while still working at Siemens. Siemens gave her a framework of the corporate environment, and the salon helped deal with her clients on a more personal level. Her business grew exponentially, and soon she had to say goodbye to Siemens, and she has never looked back since. Tracy has dealt with many types of markets, and she's worked with distressed properties, investors, short sale, traditional sale, and new construction buyers. She is a member of the International President's Elite, which is the leading award of Coldwell Banker, and ranked number 1 in her office. All right, with all that said, Tracy, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Keith. Thanks for having me today.
And Tracy, if we could start for our listeners, what led you into real estate? Was it something that you always knew you wanted to do, or did you maybe stumble into it?
When the housing turnout hits my community really hard with foreclosure and short sale, so many people turn to me for help because my experience in navigating the rule and regulation of corporate world. It was always my fascinated with real estate, but I wasn't until I became the real estate agent that experienced me through buying and selling property. Those early experience soliciting my determination to become the best real estate agent in my community.
Excellent. And can you talk a little bit about what personal attributes, traits, or qualities you think have most contributed to the success that you've had in real estate?
Sure. Trust, perseverance, going to that extra mile to see every transaction to the end. Sometimes I deal with bank, mortgage broker, insurance companies, inspectors, and attorney on behalf of my client because they don't speak English.
And do you think you could give our listeners an example of when these traits have played a role in your path towards success?
I deal with many short sales on behalf of my client, and these type of deals require not only intimate knowledge of the process, but it's also a great deal of patience. I work with a number of ethnic groups whom English is not the first language. It is up to me to break the language barrier between them and attorney and the mortgage companies.
And Tracy, I think whenever somebody builds a successful business, that sometimes the path to get there is filled with bumps in the road along the way. Can you talk about some of the major adversities or trials that you've had to overcome in order to achieve your goals?
Yes. When I start out, it's one of the hardest obstacles that I have is getting people to trust me. With the largest transaction of their life, I was the new kid on the block. That was tough getting the opportunity to earn the trust. But after the few deals were pressed throughout my community on how hard I work for my client, and now referrals make up more than 80% of my business.
Excellent. And I guess, as these obstacles came up for you, what kept you going despite the obstacles? Why didn't you give up?
People that know me well, they know that I do not give up. Adversities make me stronger. When someone tells me that I cannot do it, I want to prove them wrong.
And Tracy, looking forward, what's your vision for your business and your career over the next 5 years?
My vision for my career for the next 5 years is I am a very driven individual. I love what I do. My goal is to open up my office and hire the best agent the agents that are driven, who love what they do.
Excellent. And I guess kind of on top of that, what do you feel is the best way you market yourself as a real estate professional so you can have continual growth?
I get business using a two-pronged approach, referral and availability. Referral is the best testament for my real estate professional. When someone refers you to the front, it means that you have done your work well and they approve of your service and the guidance that you have given them along the way. So I believe business service is better than any market campaign. By availability, it means that I have my phone number available. I collect this by giving out the useful everyday items like my phone number. I give out tote bag, calendars. I have my name on it. Pens have my name on that. So when the client who has the referral from me, he have my information handy to give them to get to the potential client. By delivering the memorable service and being available, I can capitalize on those casual discussions that turn into the referral.
And Tracy, I think sometimes when the general public looks at real estate agents, they don't fully understand the value that they provide from both the buyer and the seller standpoint. What do you think the biggest misconception or myth people have about working with a real estate agent?
Yes, sometimes people think that we are cut from the same cloth, but we are not. There are good ones and bad ones. To be truthful success, you have to be willing to put the interest of your client ahead of your own.
And Tracy, let's say you get a call from a family member or a friend and they're in another state and they want to sell their home. Now, obviously, with your experience and probably with your connections, you could look up an agent and do a referral, but from a general advice standpoint, what advice would you give them about selecting an agent that could best serve their needs?
I would tell them that don't base on your hire of the agent that have the solo on the commission. A half-point reduction on $3,000 home is only saving them $1,500 at the end. But the agent that have a good negotiator and that are willing to go extra mile for you, you will lose more than that in the end. So an agent that have a good negotiator can save you $5,000 higher than with the skill.
Excellent. And obviously you're based out of the Glen, Ellyn, Illinois area. And if somebody's looking for real estate services or an agent in that general area, what's the best way they can find out more information about you and how you can help them?
I am just a phone call away. They can call me at 630-890-8947. I would love to meet them with I would love to meet with anybody on one-on-one to go over how I can help them. No transaction are the same. Each they have their own trick on it, and they can find out more about me. I do have the business page, Tracy THU HUYNH Tran TRAN. So they can reach me at my phone or look me up on my Facebook.
Excellent. Well, Tracy, obviously want to thank you for taking time out of your schedule to come here today and share all your professional real estate experience with our listeners. And if you're listening and you want to learn more about Tracy, like I said, you can give her a call or you can look her up online. Also below this interview, we'll have a link to her site and any other contact information we have. So with all that said, everybody, until our next show, have a great day and we'll talk to you soon.
Thanks for listening to Business Innovators Radio. To hear all episodes featuring leading industry influencers and trendsetters, visit us online at businessinnovatorsradio.com today.